Seriously, I love doing this. I love going to cons. I remember my first time ever going to a convention. I didn't even realize I was going to a convention. I was actually going to be going to a completely separate event altogether. I was going to a martial arts demonstration, which got canceled. And my friend calls me up, and this is when I was about 12. He calls me up and he goes, hey, there's this thing going on at the local library. You should check it out. There's a bunch of people dressed in a lot of those Japanese cartoons that you like. You know, because not everyone said anime back then. You either said Japanimation or, you know, Japanese cartoons from Asia or whatever. Like, no one ever said anime. It was never a really quick buzzword. So, normies. They're weird. They're scary. So, weird I like. Normal people scare the hell out of me. All right? I can say that with authority. I'm a teacher now, actually, so I got a lot to say about that. But anyway, so my first time ever going to a convention, it was by chance. I show up, and you know, it's interesting. You know, you get to meet a lot of people who are into their fandoms. You get to meet a lot of people who really like the things that they do. You also meet people who really like their characters so much that they try to be their characters, and it scares the heck out of me. And that's how I learned the hard way what a weeaboo was, because one of them was dressed like Naruto and tried to stab me. What I didn't know was that this kid was playing a game of assassin, and he came out with a resin kunai because he was supposed to assassinate someone who was wearing some martial arts equipment, which happened to be me, who was actually training in martial arts at the time. Don't let this fool you. So, he comes at me with this resin kunai, so, you know, there's 12-year-old me and 10-year-old boy coming at me with a knife, so the most logical thing to do is punch the kid in the face. Really hard. And that was the moment I realized I like going to anime conventions. You don't really get to do that a lot. I decided to be a teacher because I wanted to actually impart my knowledge, you know, to a younger generation of kids. I feel it's a very honorable profession. And then they asked me to teach at a middle school, and I'm like, oh, that's a nice idea. What's the worst that could happen? And then I remembered that I hated puberty. I have a bunch of friends who hated puberty growing up. I have a bunch of friends who are going through puberty again for a lot of reasons. And then I realized I'm in a school locked with a bunch of people trying to figure out puberty. A lot of people say, well, no, it's like going to a convention, you know? Everybody's running around with their heads cut off. They think they're a character. They're still trying to figure out their character. And, you know, it's all filler.